Hey guys, welcome back. I am Kim Bishop. I am a practicing witch and tarot reader for the last 9 years or so. I am also a connoisseur of all things paranormal, cryptid, folklore, etc. I like diving into legends and things of that nature. And the other day I posted about skinwalkers and how skinwalkers don't exist everywhere. They're a very specific phenomenon that occurs within a very specific culture. And that they are not in Indiana. They're not in Indiana. They're not in Appalachia. They're just not. Now, while we do have indigenous cultures in all of those places that do have shape-shifting entities in their lore, the distinction is that in those cultures, that particular entity is generally speaking an elemental, earth-based type of entity, generally serving two purposes. Number one, deterring, and number two, a harbinger of something that's coming. Generally, they get stronger when things are getting crazier. They feed off of fear, and they will appear in whatever state they think will fear you the most or will scare you the most. So how is that different from a skinwalker? Because everybody thinks that those are a spiritually based entity. It is not. Skinwalkers are humans, and they are bound by the constraints of their human body. Now, what we need to understand is skinwalkers are strictly based in Navajo culture. Okay? The Uinta Basin, Utah, Mexico, New Mexico, etc. That is where that phenomenon occurs. What is a skinwalker? A skinwalker is a Navajo medicine man or woman that excuse me, has undergone a series of tasks to strip them of their humanity, allowing them to dive into the more animalistic tendencies that they have. It allows them to astral project, so their spirit leaves their physical body and shapeshifts into animals, entities, whatever, and then they go and wreak havoc on their community. Now, why is that an important distinction? For two reasons. Number one, while yes, they are astral projecting to do these things, they are bound by their physical body. They can't get very far away from it. Okay? And two, because they are human and whatnot, they are bound by mortality. Once they leave this plane of existence, that's it. Their culture sees it. They have given up their humanity. They don't get to go on to what's next. And then their reign is over. They don't get to continue wreaking havoc in the afterlife because they gave up their humanity. Therefore, they gave up what comes after in the spirit. Okay? Once they die, that's it. So for that reason, it would be very highly unlikely for someone in our area or in areas that are not the Southwest United States to experience a true skinwalker phenomenon. What you likely are experiencing is a trickster taking on something that it knows will scare you, or a tulpa that you have literally created because you have this experience with something and you assign it this idea of what popular culture would have you believe a skinwalker is. A skinwalker is not just a shape-shifting entity. It is literally a human being that shapeshifts. Okay. And I have this argument with my daughter all the time because she watches the YouTube paranormal investigators and they say, oh, it's a skinwalker. It's a skinwalker. And it's like, homie, you're in Massachusetts. It's not a skinwalker. The odds of a true skinwalker being in an area where there is not a large population of Navajo is so minuscule. And for someone to be directly afflicted by said being, it would have to be someone that you know. Because, like, why would they just pick out a random person and be like, I'm gonna mess with them? Right? That's just not how it works. It's not. I hope that clarifies it. If anybody's got any questions or would be interested in booking a tarot reading, shoot me a message. I have open availability. Have like 3 openings tomorrow and then open availability next week. DM me and I'll get you on my books. Have a great day.